Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to the Kiki Scenes channel, and of course, actual Kiki's Country Living. So if you don't notice, I'm in a different environment. Some of you guys who've been watching for a long time, you know that this environment looks kind of familiar. I've been here before. I've been in this country life before. So I'm here living a country lifestyle, drinking out of country mugs with a spoon. I don't need it, but allergic to the country atmosphere, allergic to the country dog that is in the other room, allergic to I think a lot of other things, but I'm trying to keep myself nice and contained. But it's been good. My eyes are nice and kind of, you may not notice, but a little puffy because wonderful allergies to country living. But just so you know, I'm not giving up. And I can't do a live video today because country style, I'm not quite sure the Wi-Fi is strong enough to allow that live video to continue, so we don't want any interruptions. So I just want to give you guys a nice little update on country living. I titled this video The Great Purge because for sure, for those of you guys don't know, I haven't gone on vacation for a long time. I've been working a lot. And so this was a much needed respite. I needed this break. I needed this holiday. So I came, and I'm so excited about that. With that, not anytime, but oftentimes when I travel, unexpected things kind of happen. And so yesterday was a fun day where it's my first day out. We go out and go to a farmer's market, and I decided to try some of this lady's elderberry juice because of the allergies experience. Because the moment we went outside, I was having a hard time breathing because I'm typically allergic to all kinds of random atmosphere. And because I live in Arizona, I don't typically experience a lot of the allergies that I know to experience more on the East Coast and pretty much anywhere else that has a lot of vegetation. So I started to feel it right away. I could just feel the histamine of it all. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, this is happening. And so I know elderberry is supposed to be pretty good for allergies, immunity, all that kind of stuff, but allergies as well. And so I said, okay, well, let me try this. And I had some, and then probably about 30 to 40 minutes later, I started to feel queasy and I started to feel a little odd. And I was like, I think I'm getting sick. I'm like, this feels like it's really happening. Oh, hey there. Hey, are you liking this video? Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe as well. Tell your friends and also ding that notification bell so you know every time I make a video. When you comment as well, it helps make my channel grow. And that's what we want, right? All right, thank you. Go back to the video now. And so I'm with my aunt, and I told her, I said, you know what? I think we got to pull over to the side of the road. And she's like, okay. So we were at a stoplight. I hop out of the car. I go to a parking lot, and I just start throwing up. Just everything's coming up. My breakfast, which was a really good breakfast. It was a stuffed pepper with rice and mushrooms and fresh tomatoes from the garden and all that. And I had it the night before, so I know that wasn't what made me sick because I would have thrown up then. It was the only thing different was this elderberry juice, which it was sitting out in the sun. You know, who knows what the factors were, but something didn't agree. Things didn't agree. And so anyway, that was the first thing I tasted. So that's probably why it stays in my mind. And it was like the last thing I tasted too. So anyway, it all started to come up, and I'm on the side of the road, which was amazing. It was this good purge. And then I get back in the car, I feel better, right? And I did some research on this, that after you throw up, you know, it's all in your brain. It's not your stomach, actually. Your brain is saying something isn't right, we got to get it out. So it triggers your stomach to do this whole thing where everything comes up. And then the moment that happens, then your brain also gives you feel good hormones and chemicals that tell you everything is better now, you feel better. So I got that feel better feeling. And then the second wave came. And I started to feel it again. And I'm like, uh-oh, you got to pull over to the side of the road. Now, this is quite a trip back. By this time, I'm throwing up in my hair. And look at this. I still got to undo this. I washed my hair. I had to wash my hair because of this. I'm throwing up in my hair because this is all right here. I mean, it's just the way it was coming out was fast and furious and projectile. And then I ended up throwing up on my shoes. Luckily, I brought my shoes that I can throw in the washing machine. For those of you guys don't know, I'm a big Keds head. I love Keds. They're simple shoes, but you can get different colors. And, you know, you can just personalize things. Like some people like Jordans and those different things for kind of like that different vibe and into sneakers. I'm not into that. Like I can't spend that much money on sneakers or things like that. Or even like how women like to have like their fancy shoes. I'm like, give me Keds. If we want variety, people, let's get Keds. But these you could throw in the wash. And so I was so happy about that after the fact. I'm like, man, you wanted to bring your sneakers and you would not have been able to wash those sneakers as easily as those Keds, right? So I barfed on the road for the second time. This time I tried to be more mindful, like get it in a bush, but it didn't work out. So that happened. And then we get back and I'm thinking the feel-good chemicals come back again. I'm like, okay. But at this point, my aunt has her mask on and she's like, I'm surely glad I have this mask on because it stinks in this car. And I'm like, I know it stinks. You don't have to keep telling me because it did, you know, I'm smelling like throw up. So then I'm like, okay, well, next step. We get into the house and I just go into the shower like, you know, like one of those sad movies. And I just am sitting in the shower just washing all the pain away. And it was a real cleansing moment. And it was like, I don't know, you know, anytime I have a physical experience, I also think about the spiritual experience of it all. And I'm like, what am I releasing? I'm like, there's a lot that I'm releasing right now. And I felt like I was becoming new. Like there was stress and thoughts and all this stuff that I've been carrying with me. And I feel like I guess I just had to throw it up. So I sat there and I did research because I was hungry. I'm like, I want to eat. And I was ready for that. But then all of a sudden, the third wave came. And this time, my aunt's dog is the witness. And so the dog is with me and I had to go to the bathroom. He follows me in. I throw up. He's sitting there watching like a supportive friend, I guess. Then he sniffs the throw up, examines the smell. And what was interesting about this is that after I threw up and everything, which was that was the last time, because at that point, that last time it was clear, and I did some research on this as well, and they said typically once you see that's clear, you've gotten pretty much everything out, and I did. Everything was out. So I was like, okay, that's it. There's nothing else left. And so our theory was I was going to get some cereal, like a light cereal, and I had yogurt. So that was like, I waited hours after that. But this is an interesting part about the dog, Ali. Well, he, after he had examined the throw up and smelled it thoroughly, then he kept on going to my water bottle and he kept on going and like sniffing it. And he was like telling a story. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I realized that I think that one, the water bottle probably had some throw up on it, but I don't know. It got really hairy towards the end. But then I also think that I was also drinking water that I wasn't used to drinking. Usually my aunt has like that Brita filter, so I figured, okay, I'll have the Brita filter water. That didn't work out either. So now I'm only drinking bottled purified water, and then I am focusing solely on because at this point, not quite sure what it was, but if you think about it, I had a locally sourced juice, which did have water in it. And so it was very local. So we don't know the process there. And then I also had water that I wasn't used to. And it seems like those are the only two factors that were unusual. And yeah, I threw it up. So today, so yesterday, of course, I had I think I had yogurt. It was actually really good. Yogurt, walnuts, bananas. And that helped me substantially. And that's what I had this morning. And I feel fine. A little worn out because throwing up isn't like the best feeling. But I feel okay. But with that said, it made me think a lot about, thank you for listening to my throw up story. But it's a pleasure working with you too. And don't forget to do your homework. Ah. All right. Bye. Another great session down in the books. If you've been wondering about what it's like to work with me, don't hesitate. Just go to my website, kikisinza.com. There, I offer 2 different kinds of sessions: spiritual coaching and distant Reiki. Spiritual coaching is all about me helping you work through those kinks, those questions, and even those fears that come up when you are embarking on a spiritual journey. It happens to all of us, and I'm here to help you smooth it all out. The distant Reiki sessions are all about the energetic tune-up. I'm at home beaming you this healing energy while we have a healing conversation. They're both wonderful sessions to have. It's up to you to figure out which one you would like the best. Either way, I'm there to provide clarity, intuition, and a good ear. So, hey, I'm here. I can't wait to work with you. Get back to your video. But it made me think a lot about just like purging everything. And it just felt like this great purge. It wasn't my worst throw up experiences, but it was, I don't know if that, okay, I'll tell you this part, which made it really kind of special. I know, special. But I was talking to my friend. I was like, when you grew up, like, I don't understand it, but whenever I had to go to the bathroom, my aunt would just pull over to the side of the road, and I was peeing in every kind of bush you could think of. Like, I was always peeing in bushes and wherever. It was rare that we went into a public restroom. And when we did go into a public restroom, it was like a whole process. But if I had to go, she just pulled over. And I was like, but the thing is that she's the only one that ever did that. No one ever did that. No one ever pulled over. We would go to a bathroom, but she was just like, bam, pull over, let's take care of it. And so it's funny that here I was in this situation, and my body, I was with that kind of person who was like, yep, we're pulling over. And I got back in the car, I said, I was just talking about this, about, how the only time that I've ever had to pull over, if I ever had to go to the bathroom and someone pulled over, it was you. You always pulled over, and I was peeing in all kinds of random bushes. She's like, well, you got a full circle experience. I'm like, I surely do. So anyway, that's kind of special to be in the vehicle, have my aunt pull over so I could throw up. So, a purging of experiences, I think, is a spiritual experience as well. And I think that that's what it felt like. And so I'll be back, you guys, to help you give my chronicles of Kiki's actual country living. And maybe in the next video, I will have enough patchouli and lavender on for me to actually go outside so you can see some of this country living. And then if those deer come back, I'll try to get you guys a video of that as well. Because there's a big family of deer that come in her backyard. It's a full family. I don't know if it's like a harem, because it feels like it's like one male and then 2 females and then 2 does, right? And so, I know if there's any hoteps that watch my channel, it's going to be really great for you guys. I think that's what's happening here. So we'll see. But it definitely has 2 mother vibes, 2 doe vibes, and 1 male vibe. And the mothers are far more protective than the males. I'm like, you got the little things here, and when we come to the window, the ones that are looking and like trying to see if they should run or not are the females. So very interesting, if you ask me. But it sounds hotepish, right? A little bit. Okay, so I'll make sure I'll be able to show you guys that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will stay updated, but keep that in mind, a little message. Sometimes when you throw up, there is a releasing of something. And what is it? And I will say this, whenever I've had a big throw up, a big change has happened in my life. A big opening has happened. It really has. So who knows? Stay tuned. Let's see if something happens from this wonderful shift. All right. Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Magic, Io, and Vunia, and thank you all for watching. Bye.